Garrett Wilson has been a stud since he got here, but the Jets have to add a number 2 wide receiver. Well, Garrett Wilson just chimed in. Could it be Odunze? Jets! Welcome in. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, before we hop into today's video, I want to thank the sponsor of the channel, SKG Tax. The New York Jets practice and play in New Jersey. This tax season, Jet fans may struggle with their state tax identity. If you are a fan and can't determine how to report your income, call JR the Tax Czar and address all your multi-state tax questions. Don't go on the road to another state as a wild card filer. Hire yourself a CPA to game plan and defend your home turf. Boys and girls, if you want to support the channel, make sure you support the fantastic sponsors of our channel, SKG Tax. Now let's hop into today's topic of the day. This is Garrett Wilson wanting to play with Odunze. You might be saying, hey, who is Odunze? What are you talking about with Garrett Wilson saying stuff? So let's hop into the comment. This was posted on Odunze's Instagram. He is obviously looking to move into the NFL at this point, and Garrett Wilson throws up a little like and shows a little JETS. Now, is it just maybe he likes the player? Maybe he's just, posting JETS on every single player's comments? Maybe, maybe not. But it stands to reason that the Jets could be looking at Odunze in the top part of this draft. Jets have the number 10 overall pick, and Odunze is one of the most elite players in this draft. He's arguably wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, depending on who you're asking, and your flavor of the week as far as what you're looking for in a wide receiver. Now, as far as him as a prospect, this dude is number 1 in deep catches, number 1 in contested catches. This is something that the Jets were hoping they would be able to get with someone like Allen Lazard, a bigger-bodied wide receiver. Didn't quite work out that way. He's 6'3", 215 pounds. He is a team captain with Washington. This is a guy, and this is a guy who just exudes leadership. When you listen to some of his story, how his grandfather impacted the way he works hard. His grandfather owns like a dairy farm, wound up having a really bad accident, can't see out of his eyes anymore. So he's like audible as far as hearing the highlights of Odunze's games. This kid is just such a class act. Him being a team captain, that's something the Jets always look for in their top draft picks. When you make a pick in the first round, you are sending a statement to the rest of your team. Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, Elijah Vera Tucker. These guys are captains on their college teams. They are, leadership. This is why a locker room can stay together. All the controversy that the Jets had this past offseason or past in-season really should have imploded the entire locker room, and it really didn't. I was actually shocked. I thought we were going to unravel after that first New England game, but the team stuck together through high and low, and you know what? I think it's a testament to how Douglas and Saleh have built the team around these high character type guys. This past year, he had 1,294 snaps, 1,294 snaps total, actually, I think, over the course of his entire career. Now that I'm saying that out loud, 967 out wide, 318 in the slot. So he has a little bit of, flexibility as far as where you can line him up, but he's mainly going to be on the outside here. This past season had 87 receptions, 1,553 yards, and 13 touchdowns. He had Michael Penix Jr. throwing him the ball, and this was one of the most exciting teams to watch in college football. Now, they did wind up losing in the national championship game, but that is not a knock on Odunze. This guy was getting open all the time. He is the reason they were able to make it as far as they did. As far as big boards, you can look at my top 5 boards that I use, of course, across my draft analysis. You got Pro Football Focus, CBS Sports, NFL Draft Buzz, NBC Sports, and Pro Football Network. They all have him ranked 7, 11, 15, 17. So he's, he's right in range for the New York Jets at number 10. And when you look at what the Jets could do, his pro comp is T. Higgins. I want T. Higgins in free agency, but if we don't land T. Higgins in free agency, let's say he gets franchised or he's getting traded to another team or something like that, and the Jets just can't afford him, why not draft the guy that you wanted to get in free agency? You got him for a 5-year cheap contract. Then you have Garrett Wilson and Odunze being drafted at number 10 overall. Number 10 is my favorite number. It's been something like, as a kid, I wore it all through all my sports and everything like that. So to me, it's like, wow, this is the universe sending us signs. We have to get our next stud playmaker at number 10 overall. I would be totally on board if the Jets wanted to make this selection. I think Odunze is a dog. I think he's got a perfect personality. This is the type of weapon. I had him in my top 5 players I think the Jets should consider at the number 10 overall pick. So seeing Garrett Wilson seemingly chiming in and voicing some little bit of an opinion, JETS. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you want to see Odunze in green and white next year, or are you kind of going more the tackle spot? Because you might have a decision. Do you want to take the top playmaker on the board, or do you want to go with the offensive lineman? Fascinating question. Can skin a cat a bunch of different ways. Not just one way is correct. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets. JETS!